This next article is an interview with a culinary teacher, Masami Asao, who teaches about Shojin Ryori cuisine. Even though it is a vegan cuisine, the things we learn go beyond food and into discovering more about living a sustainable lifestyle. Shojin Ryori cooking lesson teaches how to make your life more sustainable. Shojin Ryori is traditional Japanese cuisine based on the teachings of Buddhism and is served at some Buddhist temples in Japan. You probably know that it is served without fish or meat, but that's not all. Shojin Ryori, which has a history of 700 years, has a lot of tips to make your life more sustainable and improve well-being. How Akasaka Tehran started. Akasaka Tehran is a cuisine workshop in which you can learn such Shojin Ryori cuisine. It is in Jokokuji Temple, located quietly in the town of high buildings in Akasaka, Tokyo. The teacher, Masami Asao, is originally a registered dietitian and started to make Shojin Ryori when she got married to the Buddhist priest of Jokokuji Temple. She studied Shojin Ryori by attending the Shojin Ryori cooking lesson in Torin-in Temple in Kyoto monthly. She wanted to give someone the knowledge she learned, so she decided to start Akasaka Tehran 13 years ago. Since then, she continued the Shojin Ryori cooking lessons using seasonal ingredients. The lessons are also popular among people from abroad. In fact, students from Poland, Ireland, Spain, and Israel came to learn Shojin Ryori. She also visited the US almost twice a year to lead Shojin Ryori cooking lessons in New York and Los Angeles. She offers monthly online lessons on Zoom since she stopped visiting the US because of the pandemic. Some people come to the lesson for the purpose of dieting and losing weight at first, but they become interested in the deliciousness of Shojin Ryori and understand it takes a lot of time and effort to make it, she said. Shojin Ryori cherishes every life. Shojin Ryori is a cuisine brought to Japan and developed together with the teachings of Buddhism. Its original rules require eating simply and forbid killing any living animals. Initially, it was the cuisine of Buddhist monks, but it was spread to the people because they had opportunities to eat Shojin Ryori at their relatives' memorial services. Shojin Ryori has many doctrines, not only avoiding animal-based dishes, but also using up all the ingredients for zero waste. It is usually served with one soup and 3 vegetable dishes, including valuing the sense of the season, serving with the heart of hospitality, and eating with gratitude and a calm mind. In Shojin Ryori, you think everything has life, so you must deal carefully with everything, including vegetables, seaweed, and water. Shojin Ryori is a cuisine where you cherish the lives of each ingredient and yourself. In the past, many Japanese treated the anniversaries of their relatives' death and the annual Buddhism-related days as Shojin days, avoiding any animal-related materials. I had the same experience when I was a child. However, such traditions are disappearing among nuclear families and in the age of plenty. Shojin Ryori is not familiar to many Japanese people anymore. On the other hand, more and more people are becoming vegan or vegetarian worldwide from the perspectives of climate change countermeasures and animal welfare. Part-time vegans who take in vegan food once a week also seem to be familiar to the idea of a Shojin day. Shojin Ryori is probably the dietary method the world needs now. Kimpira is the recommended dish for Shojin Ryori beginners. To the Shojin Ryori beginner, Asao recommends the dish kimpira. Kimpira is made by chopping vegetables into small pieces and stir-frying them in oil. It doesn't need any time-consuming process, and the texture is easily accepted. Burdock is usually used in Japan, but you can use any vegetables for kimpira. She recommends using carrots, lotus roots, and peppers for Japanese food beginner. Furthermore, she recommends the idea of valuing the appearance of food. In some countries, you may order and receive a fully poured cup of coffee. In Japan, it is not poured at full, but a few centimeters down from the top. That's because we value the appearance of drinks and food. Instead of making everything full, put it in a beautiful container. If you take care of how to serve it and chew it well while tasting it with your eyes, you will be full even if you eat only a little. So you can get a lot of vegetables and dietary fiber without relying on a special diet or supplements. Great hints for sustainable life. Be satisfied with what you have. Asao said when I asked for an essence of Shojin Ryori you can put into your sustainable life. Without that idea, you will pursue everything forever. We have to live humbly because everything, including the sunlight and water, is limited. My teacher, the priest of Torii-in Temple, always said, "Awaken the heart to save lives." I take the meaning of these words to utilize ingredients as much as possible while recognizing they are limited. You must not increase the amount of garbage by handling carelessly or buying too much and throwing it away. Cooking means keeping the life of food and using it for yourself. Therefore, you have to make the best use of it. And I think we have to be grateful that we are alive thanks to everything. She recognizes the environmental problem through the ingredients she always uses. Kombu, an indispensable seaweed for soup stock, is becoming difficult to obtain in past production areas. According to a clerk in the food shop, it doesn't sprout and doesn't grow large even if it sprouts due to high seawater temperature. I feel it's a crisis when I see such conditions, that what used to be commonplace is no longer so. She said that the important measure to the environmental problem was also to consider ways to be satisfied with what you have in your daily life. We tend to focus on the large measures such as decarbonization or the end to nuclear power. But I think we must focus more on ourselves and be satisfied with what we have in our daily life first. We need to recognize electricity, gas, and water are limited and avoid wasting them. What Asao wants the world to know. What she wants to do from now on is to further promote Shojin Ryori around the world. The cooking class is sowing seeds. I hope that these seeds sown in the students will someday sprout and leave Shojin Ryori for posterity. I'm expanding the range and brushing out by incorporating Shojin Ryori dishes of temples of other denominations so that everyone wants to make them. In my new upcoming cooking lesson, Shin Shojin Ryori, you can learn new Shojin Ryori dishes such as bechamel sauce that does not use dairy or animal ingredients. Shin of the name Shin Shojin Ryori means new, but I use the kanji meaning heart that is also pronounced as Shin. The goal of the new course is not only to make new dishes, but to enrich the heart. I want to aim for the words thank you to be born naturally from the students. She wants people worldwide to know the importance of caring for others through teaching Shojin Ryori. In the cooking lesson, students are separated into groups and make dishes. Sometimes in overseas lessons, a group that has finished cooking will start eating quickly, even though the other groups are still making. I tell them to wait for all groups and say itadakimasu spoken at the beginning of meals all together. It's the same as finishing a meal. You must wait for everyone to finish eating and then say "Gochiso-sama deshita," which is traditionally spoken at the end of meals. It's a common custom for Japanese people, but not for the other people. Behind this custom lies the meaning of the importance of caring for others. To think about the people who is late and wait even if your dishes get cold. If everyone has compassion for the others, it will be a world where everyone can live more comfortably. You can get information about Shojin Ryori cooking lessons on the Akasaka Tehran website. You can take lessons both online and offline. Why don't you look for hints for sustainable life through Shojin Ryori?